what in the world is ESPN, formerly known as the Entertainment and Sports Programming Network, interviewing Mike Tyson on his trip, not to the Bahamas, his trip on the most powerful psychedelic known to man, DMT. How it changed him for the good. How he died to his ego and was born again through this spirit drug. The sports network? What in the world is happening? And I'll tell you right now, millions are doing this. And we've said it on several of our programs.
Yeah.
People that are smoking DMT, millions in America, primarily in the millennial section, are having very radical spiritual experiences and being deceived. They are coming out from that, believing that there is a God, not the God of the Bible, and they are swept away in the New Age movement.
Yeah.
And this ties in with the Bible. You see, this very, very much ties in with the Bible, because the very chemical that the fallen angels in Noah's day taught humans en masse was to drink ayahuasca, DMT, essentially, to open up their spiritual gland and deceive them in ways unimaginable. It was happening en masse in the days of Noah. So, of course, it's resurfacing today.
Yeah, and it is a complete deception. I mean, when you listen to just the language that they use, being born again, like that, I mean, we're Christians. We know that language. We know what that means. I mean, in the Christian realm, that means that you die, you're baptized into Christ's death, and you're born again. Your spirit is born again, so that one day you'll be one with God. And we'll be one together in this spirit of koinonia. We'll experience this one-ship.
That's right.
And that's what they're saying. That's what Mike Tyson is saying. I had an ego death. I died to myself.
Well, we haven't played the video yet.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's okay. That's okay. We're getting ready to play it right now. He's thinking he's already ahead of me. We're going to play this video.
I jumped the gun, you guys.
It's incredible. It's incredible as far as revelatory. It's, oh my gosh, what in the world is ESPN doing? But I want to say before we play this video is that we're living in the end days, okay? Jesus said that as it was in the days of Noah, so it'll be in the coming of the Son of Man. So the things that were taking place in Noah's day are going to be happening before Jesus comes back. So why in the world is this ancient psychedelic resurfacing in mass? It's because we're living in the end days. Let's play this ESPN Jump the Gun. Here is ESPN's Dan Lee Batard interviewing Mike Tyson on his experience with DMT, ayahuasca.
I've been told that you were born again, basically, 3 or 4 months ago, that you found a place where, and I'd like you to explain this to me, the toad. I'd like you to explain the toad to me.
Do you understand the toad?
Is it like ayahuasca?
No, it takes you to another level. Ayahuasca is nothing compared to this.
Is it called DMT?
Yes. The toad, and it's in the Sonora Desert and has a venom in it. And you smoke it. Once I tried it, boom! Everything just went so fast. And when I fell out, the only thing I was conscious about, I was out. My brain was still functioning, my thoughts, I could still talk to myself, I could hear my mind, and I was saying, I fucked up. And I killed myself.
Because you killed the ego?
Yeah, I was like, I'm dying. It was just really mind-blowing.
Spiritual in nature, though, right?
Yeah,
Like you're just...
Yeah, really, my whole life totally changed. It sounds like a movie script, but it's really the real deal.
At that moment, you're talking about like you come to and you are altered. You are altered and it stayed.
I don't know. I wake up, I'm happy, I'm laughing, I'm smiling, I'm saying, what the
Really?
happened? Yeah.
Really?
Had no idea.
So sex, cocaine, championship belt, those weren't happiness?
Nothing, no. It lasts forever, but it was only 15 minutes. But it felt like hours. And it was frightening.
Because of that ego thing, because you realize you're small all of a sudden.
Yeah, once I realized that I'm nothing, I realized all my fancy clothes, my big clothes.
Can you explain to me why it makes you emotional just talking about it? Because I imagine the reason it makes you emotional is because for 4 decades you've been trying to find happy, man.
Well, you know, when you think you know everything and then you realize you don't know anything, that's a big awakening. You can call it growth or you can call it divine intervention.
You do realize you're talking about the toad like someone would talk about God, right?
Well, I don't know. I'm not going to say it's God. I'm not going to put nothing in the same breath as God.
Can you explain how it changed you?
It was just the death of your ego. Your ego died. I felt so naked and afraid. at that particular time because that's all I really had when you really think about it was my ego.
That's interesting because your ego served you too, or in some
no
of the ways
doubt.
other people would measure success.
Oh, no doubt, 100%. It made me that guy that I really wasn't interested in as I got older, but that made me a very special and famous person.
ESPN, the Entertainment Sports Programming Network, formerly known as such. I really think we could really call it the Extrasensory Perception Network. Honestly. ESPN is the leading multinational multimedia sports entertainment organization. During the primetime hours, ESPN is number one in cable among the 18 to 34 age group. ESPN is a sports network in the culture-shaping business. That is what is taking place. Shaping the culture away from God to establish a kingdom, but not the kingdom of the Lord's. It's very similar to all the other media organizations of the world. The largest media organizations, the film industry, they're all anti-God in nature, similar to Disney, which Disney owns ESPN. That's why I'm talking about this. Disney owns ESPN. They're the largest stakeholder, at least. And Disney is about entertainment and movies, right? No, not really. They're just posing as that. They're all about shaping culture away from the Lord. There's not can you think of another organization that's more anti-family? The family unit. Can you think of a Disney movie where both parents are represented? They're pro-children. They're not pro-family. The vast majority of Disney movies, the children are either orphans or there's one parent in it. The parents are never involved. That's why they're so LGBT. I mean, LGBT, the agenda is coming through everywhere. Yeah. My daughter was watching a show, and I need to keep better attention to it because my daughter was watching a show. Okay, in the show there is this little cheetah cartoon, and my daughter is 11 months old, and it was called the Proud Restaurant, and everywhere in it is rainbows. And I said, I told my wife, Alyssa, you are not going to believe what is taking place right now. They're in the culture-shaping business. Yeah. That's what's going on. You know, what should a sports network be talking about?
Probably sports.
Probably, right? I mean, you don't have Chip and Joanna's HGTV's Fixer Upper talking about DMT.
That'd be weird.
Right? No, they're talking about fixing up houses. You don't have sport. You know, it's a radical world. Let me tell you right now. So why is ESPN doing this? Mike Tyson's DMT trip, and notice that it wasn't in a negative, derogatory manner that they spoke about it. It was the positive, the light that it was spoken about. He was born again. He was able to rid himself of his ego.
Absolutely. If I were watching this and I wasn't a Christian, I'd be like, I'm going to try some DMT. This sounds awesome.
But they understand. You see, the spiritual side of the media and film industries is this. The leading media and tech companies, like I said, Google, Facebook, Apple. I mean, you literally have the apple with the bite out of it.
Right.
Disney, Netflix, I mean, ESPN. They're all anti-God in nature, and they understand that they control what's before your eye in large part. They control your eye. What goes into the eye, goes into the mind, what goes into the mind, goes into the heart. Okay, and ultimately it comes out, right? Out of the overflow of the mouth, or out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks.
Right.
They are setting up the world for the Antichrist. Okay, they are getting the culture ready. They are slowly perverting the thoughts of man to be more twisted year after year. Let me tell you that these media, these titans, these filmmakers, these media, whatever, all that large group, they fully understand Matthew chapter 6, okay, verses 22 and 23, where it says, the eye is the lamp of the body. If the eyes are healthy, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eyes are unhealthy, your whole body will be full of darkness. And then the light within you is darkness. If then that light within you is darkness, how great is that darkness? They understand that if they can feed perversity into your eye gate, which is the lamp of your body, the whole rest of your body will be dark. They fully understand this. Walt Disney wasn't a good dude. He wasn't. I'm telling you, he was a 33rd degree Mason. I mean, his special hidden club within Disney for his elite was called Club 33. He was had a very strong acquaintance with the leader of the Church of Satan. They spoke highly of one another. Actually, a lot of some certain parts of Fantasia were inspired by his relationship with the leader of the Church of Satan.
Crazy.
It's all crazy. But let me tell you right now, there's a quote by Joni Tada. Tada, okay? And it's very, very true. That's what we're seeing. And once again, these tech companies, they understand this. The quote is this: though gradually, though no one remembers exactly how it happened, the unthinkable becomes tolerable, and then acceptable, and then legal,
Wow.
and then applaudable. That is what has taken place in this world. We're in a time period of escalation. We really are. Let me tell you right now that Mike Tyson talked about, the interview talked about him being born again. Now, there's only one way to be born again, and that's through Jesus Christ.